Alpha Level 6 upgrade. Hey guys, we are back with another upgrade for Alpha. This time around we are doing the Robinson Racing Hardened Steel 23 tooth Clutchbell for the Traxxas Nitro models. At the same time when I'm installing this, since I'll be taking the engine off, I'll be also replacing the engine mounts. As you guys should know, two of them are broken and need to get replaced. That's the reason why I haven't really run this RC, that and the spur gear is all kaput. So let's quickly get this thing in. It should be a quick installation. Alright, to open this up, it's simple. Just gotta pull a tab, staples in the way, and the clutch bell should slide right on off. And that's actually got some good amount of weight on it. I'm impressed. Alright, so we got that, and then we have the engine mounts. And these I need to cut. I need to get scissors back up here, because for now I gotta just... There we go. With them all out, we got the two plates that go into the engine, the mounts, and then the bottom plate. Now on mine, these two pieces are broken. But now that I'm looking at them, this is the newer version of the mounts, and I noticed this is the engine mount that got donated to me from Dark Ecliptic Heart, and it's the same mount. They are the same size. So what that means is the old mount that I have on there now is outdated, and this is going to be replacing it. So let's get these installed. First off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the exhaust system, and that's easily done by pulling the dual exhaust off and then pulling out this little silicone tube. Slides right on off. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the exhaust line and the fuel line from the carb and exhaust manifold. Next up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all the wires for the Easy Start system. I gotta just pull out the red and black ones from the Easy Start motor, and then I gotta pull out this wire from the glow plug. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the 3 screws that hold the Easy Start itself in place. Alright, with the 3 screws removed, this Easy Start stuff comes right on off. Now I'm going to take the little one-way bearing off just so it doesn't get lost and slide it inside the Easy Start just like so. Next up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the 4 screws that hold the engine to the engine mount, the mounts to the bottom plate. And those are all, there's 2 down here and 2 up here, and one's being hidden by this exhaust manifold, so that'll be hard to get around. With the 4 screws removed, the engine comes right on up. You also have to worry about this little link, but that comes right on off as well. Now what we're going to do, we're going to push the RC over there, and we're going to remove the 4 screws that hold these engine mounts into place. But first I'm going to have to remove the this exhaust by unscrewing these 2 screws as well. Alright, so with the old mounts removed, we can put the new ones on. All we got to do is take the longer one, slide it on this side. This is going to be facing the front. And then we take the smaller one, slide it on the back, just like so. And we're going to screw down the 2 screws that hold each of them in. With all the mounts back in place, we can put the exhaust manifold back into place. And when you do this, you want to make sure to put some thread locker on all the parts, because it's going to be metal into metal, and those will come off with vibration and so on and so forth. So just remember to put some thread locker on there. With the engine mounts on the engine replaced, we can now replace this bottom engine mount. Now, like the one that was for the front one, this is broken too, along right here. So I have the part to replace it. It's held on with 4 screws, 2 on top and 2 on bottom. Alright, now that the 4 screws were removed, you can easily take off the old engine mount and put the new one on. I already did so. So as you can see, this is the old one that obviously broke like right along there. So hopefully this is going to last a lot longer. And let's move on to the clutch bell. Alright, removing the clutch bell is pretty simple. All we gotta do is remove the C-clip. Just like so. Alright, with the E-clip off, what we can do is we can pull off the clutch bell, and with it will come a Teflon washer, the bearing, and another Teflon washer. There we go. So now what we're going to do, set this off to the side for a sec, take the ball bearing out of this one, just by pushing it in the back, and grab the new clutch bell. We're going to slide the bearings into this one, just like so. Oop. There we go. Put a Teflon washer there. Slide it back on. Another Teflon washer. Then finally, the E-clip. Alright guys, now that the clutch bell is on, what we're going to do is we're going to take the engine and put it back onto the RC. First, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to swing this throttle arm around and slide it into the hole of the carburetor arm, just like so. We're going to set the engine down and screw in the 4 screws that hold it in place. I will not screw it all the way down until you make sure you have a proper mesh with the new clutch bell and the spur gear. Alright, with the engine installed, next up what we're going to do is we're going to take the easy start motor, slide it onto this little shaft, then screw in the 3 screws that hold it in place. Alright, next up what we're going to do is we're going to reinstall all the wires for the easy start. These 2 black and red are going to come along here, and they're going to connect into the easy start motor, just like so. And then this wire right here, which I've covered in fuel line, will go into here and connect at the top of the glow plug. It'll be a little hard to get in there, so you have to play with it a little. Alright, lastly what we're going to do is we're going to take the fuel lines. This goes to one from the gas tank to the exhaust, and then from the gas tank into the carb. Just like so. Alright, the very last thing we gotta do now is to take the exhaust silicone pipe, slide it in there just like so, and then take the plastic dual and slide it into the hole of the shock tower. Make sure it goes into that silicone pipe, just like so. Alright guys, there it is, the Hardened Steel's clutch bell all wrapped up in its little home. Now what's going to happen is when I get the steel spur gear in there, since it's hardened steel, it won't bend as easily as the Traxxas steel ones did. Now, if you remember, I had the Hot Racing and the Traxxas gears in there before, and they had bent. It's just the clutch bell wasn't hardened steel, so it bent just because of it, because it couldn't handle the strength. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to need to get the new spur gear in there. That'll be the next upgrade. And yeah. So look out for that one, and guys, I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, you can slap the like, and it's up to you. If you want to smack it, smack it. If you don't, you don't. Just a little joke. But yeah, hope you all liked it, and see y'all next time. That was Alpha's level 6 upgrade. Alright, the 2 mounts removed, it's time to put the new ones on. The larger one will go on this side, just like this. And the smaller one, really? Really now? I was in the middle of it and you just had to fall apart. Really now, tape? You failed me. You failed miserably.